Which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well. No one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, isn't it? He's the principal guy, but he needs a lot of help.
Time to find out if he can keep that perfect game going here, partner. 2nd and 2. Off play action, Fields. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And here's a give to Gibson. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On play action, Fields. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Now it's Fields. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job, because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And the final clocking there, according to Next Gen Stats, that sack occurred in 2.2 seconds, so the pass rush overwhelming that time. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So out come the Bucs now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Montez Sweat. That is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Bean. It's caught by Mike Evans. Now they got to get to the line quickly. To throw on 2nd down. Bean. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Bean. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's Tressway now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And he is closing in on the 100-yard mark for the day.
And it appears that he loved the fact that they're going to play this game earlier. You know, daytime, he's out there running around, feeling good about himself. Whatever his prep was coming in, he was able to get out there quick and fire away.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Complete. Smith has it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the 44, Fields. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Again, Fields. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, here's Fields. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A gain of 6 there on 1st. from the 5, 2nd and 4. Throwing again is Fields. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And this one is right through. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
From the 6. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And no reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get things started with a good NFC matchup up in Lambeau. Green Bay hosting Atlanta. And it's the Packers who have the lead as that game approaches halftime. Davante Adams, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, we'll make the trip down to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. 2 touchdowns there for Jonathan Taylor. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And that game is tied as they take on the visiting Tennessee Titans. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. Fields now to throw. It's caught. Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. This is Smith with a grab. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild. And here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's Fields. It's Hill, complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Throwing again on second down. Fields. And that'll be incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Fields throwing again. He is going to find Hill here. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 21. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. On first down, Fields. A quick throw, but incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Fields. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. To the air again, Fields. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks, don't let them get there, and they've rallied and made the tackle.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash, this from 33. And his kick here is good. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Yeah, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Bean. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. On 3rd down, Bean. Airing this one out for Evans. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On 1st down, right back to Gibson. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
The defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Fields' throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 36. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap, Fields. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll run with Gibson. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. On first down, Robinson. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Bean. And a dump off here to Robinson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Looking to throw, Bean. Evans has it left side. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 right at the 40. Back to throw. Bean. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
They'll try the left side. Robinson. That's about as exciting of a 1-yard run as you're going to see. Finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler. But again, just 1 yard out of it. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Montez Sweat. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Bean. Under pressure, they got him again. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. A lot of happy face looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Gibson. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. The Bears on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Fields. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. 20. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. And now White. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Once more, Gibson. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Antonio Gibson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he loses the football a second time. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Quez Watkins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears extend this fourth quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Extra point forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Dominated, boys, dominated.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. On 1st and 10, Bean. Over the middle, complete. It's Miller. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bean toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 4. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
That's what I'm talking about.
Onto the field now come the Bears. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Gibson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 86 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. A carry for Gibson. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On 2nd and 9, Fields. Hit as he throws. He lost the football. It's loose. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
That's us.
There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
It's complete to Robinson.
Personal foul. This is roughing the passer.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Able to get away. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw. Bean. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be 3rd and forever. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Looking to throw. Bean. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Bean. It's complete. It's Miller. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Shrugs him off. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. 2nd and 5. Gibson again. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Chicago, they improved to 11-5 now with 1 week remaining.
YBN want a thing now.